Hi everyone. Are you a mom that knows self-care is so important, but you don't know where to start? You don't know what is the best form of self-care for me? Because we're all different and we're going to have different things that we need, but there are several things that are the same no matter who you are. And today we're going to dive into that. For those of you that are brand new to my channel, I just want to welcome you. My name is Sally Harris. I'm a mom just like you who walked a difficult road with my own daughter for over a decade. And while her life spiraled one way, mine went the other, and it was absolute chaos. And so I promise you it does not have to be that way. So today, let's talk about self-care, why it's so important. We talked about that in the last video. Today, I want to talk about what is the best form of self-care. All right, number one, you guys, it starts with self-compassion. If you don't have self-compassion for yourself, none of the things that you do are even going to matter, right? If you're feeding your mind with all these negative thoughts and all these negative things, you have to treat yourself with kindness, right? This is a challenging process of estrangement. This season is not one that any of us ever asked for. None of us ever desired this, wanted it, or ever thought it would happen. So you were kind of thrown into this in some ways, right? So just understanding and walking through this process, just like any other process in life, is very crucial. So first of all, we have to acknowledge that our feelings are valid and understandable. Like, I am a firm believer that we can't like live by feelings, because feelings change and feelings are fleeting. But at the same time, you have to know that your feelings are valid. And having self-compassion by offering yourself words of comfort and understanding, just as you would a close friend, is so crucial. And you have to also remind yourself that, you know what, every single day, I just have to be 1% better. I just have to know that I'm doing the best I can in this difficult situation, and I might still be messing up, and I'm not perfect, but I'm going to strive to be 1% better than I was yesterday. Secondly, you need to embrace emotional release. We all have pent-up emotions. You know, bottling those up can be so detrimental to your well-being, to your physical health. And I'm going to tell you a story about that in just a minute. But creating a safe space for you, for yourself, to express those feelings. Maybe you're not comfortable in talking to someone else about it right now, but you can journal. You can be journaling and writing down your thoughts, your fears, your hopes, your dreams, and preferably talking to a trusted friend, or if you need a coach, that's something that I could help you with. But I also want you to know that regardless of how you do it or who you do it with, that emotional release is so valuable, because you have to be able to process things through. Right, wrong, or indifferent, they are what they are, and we need to get rid of them. We need to acknowledge them, but then release them, right? So that is going to help you with that. Another one is really prioritizing boundaries, right? Prioritizing boundaries in your relationship with your adult child, specifically if you're in a situation where there's a lot of conflict. And there's things that maybe you're enabling, or maybe you don't have any boundaries at all. That is an act of self-care that we all need. So again, these are all things that you need, I need, we all need. These are just a given, right? They affect all of us. But having boundaries in place protects your emotional well-being. And you have to define for you what are the behaviors that are acceptable and communicate those to the people around you, right? So sometimes it means taking a break from conversations that cause you major distress, right? There's a time and a place. It's okay to walk away. It's okay to not want to have those conversations sometimes. But it just gives you, it empowers you to maintain your own basically emotional balance, and be okay with that and not apologize for it. The next one is practicing mindfulness and meditation. Now, for me, it's prayer. A lot of you meditate and all of that, and that's great. Regardless, mindfulness involves being fully present in the moment. However you do that is up to you, obviously. But it's going to help manage your stress and alleviate emotional strain. It's going to give you peace. You're going to do breath work, and you're going to do all these things that comes along with that. And just start with simple exercises. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You don't have to take a course on it or anything like that, unless you want to. But seriously, I'm sure there's YouTube videos out there about it. And I know the moms in my group coaching program talk about it all the time and all the cool techniques that they use. But meditation can be immensely beneficial, because it is clearing your mind. And there, also there's apps out there too that can kind of guide you through that if you're not sure how to handle the meditation and all of that. But I want you to remember, you need to engage in activities that bring you joy. joy. And you may not even know what brings you joy anymore. And you may think, Sally, I don't have anything that brings me joy. I promise you, you do. It's just buried. It's buried under all those unresolved emotions, unresolved feelings, resentment, guilt, all the emotions that you moms are feeling, right? So while we have this pain of estrangement, we have to engage in these activities. We have to find them. And I can help you find what those things are over time. This isn't a matter of, oh, just make a list and figure out what brings you joy, right? Because right now, you may not find any joy in anything in this moment. But that could change next week, right? In 2 weeks, in 3 weeks. But it starts when you start doing the work. And so when it comes to joy, some things to think about just real quick would be like hobbies. What is something you've always wanted to do, or maybe something you did in the past that brought you joy before? Because you'd be amazed at how that can kind of bring some goodness back into your own life. I talk a lot about support system because I have a group coaching program that is exactly that. It's the most amazing group of women that I am so honored to serve. This is a support system that they have, and you need a support system, whether it's through me or someone else. You need a support network. You cannot be doing this by yourself. It's just not healthy. It's not healthy. And you need someone beyond your family, I believe, because those people are too close to the situation. And while they love you, and I'm sure hopefully they're giving you great advice, you need to have other women in your corner. And so you have to be able to share your feelings and experiences with people who can empathize with you, right? Lastly is physical well-being. Again, regular exercise, even just a brisk walk, can just release hormones, endorphins, all these things that improve your mood. There's so many things we could go into on that. Another one is mindset shift. As you start to do this self-care stuff, again, all of these are things that we all need. It doesn't matter where you're at. These are things that are important, but cultivating that growth mindset as you navigate through this journey of estrangement is going to provide new opportunities for you for personal growth, for self-discovery, for new friendships, and it's going to shift your perspective on other things in life. And I feel like it's going to just open up a whole new world for you, just like it did for me and so many of the moms that I serve. The moms that I serve are not the same today as they were when I met them. They're growing, they're expanding, their worlds are getting bigger, they're just doing new things, and I'm seeing joy in their faces, and I love every second of it. But I just want you to know that can be you too. But you just have to reach out. You have to find that support system, because you shouldn't be doing this alone. So I just want you to remember that self-care, the best form, is the one that you can be consistent with. I could give you a list of 10 things to do, but if you're not going to do them every day, then what's the point, right? You need to have something that's going to fit into your daily life. And what fits into your life might be different than mine. So again, starts with self-compassion. Number one, first and foremost. If you don't have self-compassion, none of this is going to matter. And so if you need help with that, I look forward to hearing from you. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.